Festival here, and I'm here with the Kaiser Chiefs. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we're good, thanks. We're good.
Now, you're no strangers to Reading and Leeds Festival. What's the memory that you think of first when people mention the festival?
The thing is, our manager said this, and it's true. We are the only people who call it Leeds and Reading, because we went to Leeds about 15 years before we ever went to Reading. So Leeds and Reading. My favourite thing is, especially in Leeds. Then this morning I was at home, had a cup of tea, and sat about a bit, and then come to the festival and play to a home crowd, which is always a terrific pleasure.
Do you always find that on these sorts of dates you've got family and people coming out the woodwork, they're all asking for passes, and it's a bit of a hassle?
Basically, I spent the first 10 hours.
I estimate that I know at least 50% of the people in here probably.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Peanut probably got 50% of them in, to be perfectly honest. But the downside of Leeds Festival is you spend a lot of time trying to get the right person the right pass. But then
Tell me about it.
I think it's done now. I think I'm finally done with that. I think we can concentrate on the performance.
Good. And how are we feeling right now? You just said you've not got long to go now. How do you generally feel about this time?
Pretty relaxed. I think it'll be different at Reading. I think because it's not a hometown gig. I think the hometown gig, you sort of a little bit know it's going to be all right. I honestly think if everything broke and we couldn't play, it'd still be okay, because I think everyone would still have a sing along, because it's Leeds and it's us, so it's always just a good time.
Your songs are quite reliable in getting crowd participation though, aren't they? Can you kind of relax and think wherever you're playing you're kind of going to be all right?
I don't think you can relax, but I think you know that they're not just waiting for one song when you go out there, or sort of two songs. We've got a lot of singles. Obviously we've got the singles collection out, so it's a decent sort of, that's a testament to the fact that we've got a lot of anthems and songs that people love sing along and getting well leathered and dancing in the field. So it's good when you look down at the set list, especially today, because we're playing for about an hour. So we're actually spoiled for choice. We've got that from our normal kind of set list we play at our shows. We've got to just start crossing a load off. So we're kind of looking forward to, it's kind of, they're there, they're waiting for us, and exactly we look at the set list, it's like, right, you're going to have a good time. You can tell that the crowd are going to have a good time.
Have you put in any curveballs in there, like any covers or any special appearances or production details? Or
I think we'll play something which is a sort of surprise, but to tell you now would not be a surprise. So.
But I might not get to see it though, because I've got to work behind the scenes.
Well, you'll have to
my
see
loss.
it. So to the breaks we get, so to the breaks.
Now I wanted to ask about your album, the one that you did a bit differently. Now, has that kind of set the bar for you, and now you've got to think of an even crazier thing to do with the next one after this? The singles one has had its kind of run.
I think it's very difficult to work out, really. I think we're going to stop touring in only a couple of weeks, so we have to actually work out the answer. But I think with The Future's Medieval, the whole thing was we didn't want to just do a CD. We wanted to sort of do something different to make it exciting for us and make it for I think to get grab everyone's attention a bit, because I think you've got to do that nowadays. But I think at the moment, I'm really excited about getting back in the studio and writing some new songs. So I don't actually know if we need that additional sort of
the wow factor of something innovative.
I think it was because we've been away for so long as well. It's Leeds and Reading 3 years ago that we took our break, and so because we've been away for like nearly 18 or 20 months, we felt like if we came out with just a CD of 12 songs, we'd kind of underplaying it for ourselves. Whereas this time also there might not be as long a gap. So. Yeah.
Who knows though as well, because CD sale, I saw the other day that Rihanna, I think it was, got to #1 with like 9,000 sales. So by the time our new album comes out, CDs could be obsolete.
It's quite a scary thought, isn't it?
We might be selling music with trainers or something.
Whatever works, I guess.
You never know, so just going to see how it goes.
I know that some of the band have said in articles that they think maybe guitar music is struggling right now. Do you feel like, looking at the lineup today, that maybe there is a resurgence or things are getting a bit better perhaps?
I think I think it is struggling a bit, sort of British guitar music. It kind of swings across the Atlantic, I think, like America to Europe. So you'll get some band, but you had like, there's all like the White Stripes and the Strokes before we came along, and then we came along and there's some Franz Ferdinand and even the Killers, I know from Las Vegas, but they kind of got their break sort of in the UK, really.
I think everyone...
but the next tide is coming, I think.
Everyone needs though a new band, a new British band. You always there's a time where it was like Franz and Coldplay and Us and Arctic Monkeys. There was always a big band and then loads of small bands that come along with that, because you need bands for sporting, and there's a whole tide. Whereas at the moment it's been a little bit of a lack of really good British band that have sort of come through. So hopefully there is one waiting, practicing in a garage somewhere.
I hope so. And are there any that you've seen that you maybe want to sign? Because I think you've got a label, haven't you?
It's sort of a bit obsolete, the label, but now we're sort of having a bit of time off. Maybe it will resurface. We'll see. But I mean, actually, I had a good listen to a load of bands for supports for that tour. We're doing a tour in February, which just got announced. So you should buy tickets for that. But yeah, I've been looking for support bands, so I listened to it and I was very pleased because I thought there was quite a few good bands around actually.
Do you generally look for ones that kind of complement you, obviously, or do you kind of like ones that maybe are a bit contrasting?
Because sometimes, gigs you might have like 2 support bands, so you can have one that's a bit more interesting, but maybe not as sort of poppy mainstream. But you've got to be aware. We've toured for a long time,
very difficult,
and we're very aware of our crowd, and we know what they like and what they don't like. So you do look for something that will complement as well, and equally.
Just seen a couple of bands
not going to blow us off stage.
Seen a couple of bands who we really like, and then they go on stage and our crowd don't like them, and that's a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So you've got to find.
We enjoy having them, but it's like you want to get them.
I guess you want to get on with them as well as people.
Yeah,
you don't want some right stinkers on tour with you, do you?
Yeah, I mean we've taken like the Cribs who were playing on Sunday. We took them pretty much around the world, didn't we? We went to America, Japan, all around Europe, and the UK, and it's great because we love them as a band. But now they're a bit big, so it's kind of like, damn it.
We've got to find a new one.
Yeah, we've got to find a new Cribs.
Well, there's some eager beavers out there wanting the job anyway.
There's definitely plenty of bands vying for the spot.
Now, I've got to ask you some Reading and Leeds themed questions that we're asking all the bands. Apologies in advance about the tone of them. Right, if you had to get a tattoo of anyone on a visible area of your body, who would you pick?
I'd have Alan Partridge.
Good. Solid choice.
On my chest.
It doesn't have to be someone. I thought it has to be someone appearing at the festival.
Oh, yeah.
I'd get Peanut on my face.
That's bromance for you, isn't it? On your face. So you're
full size,
much like a undercover version of Peanut.
Yeah, it'd be like whoever was wearing a mask of Peanut.
This needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're good.
Next album artwork, just you with Peanut's face.
Then I could be as handsome as he is, yeah?
Oh, that's the dream.
There we go.
Well, thanks so much for talking to me. Have a great show today.
Excellent.